good evening.
All right, good evening. Welcome to the session. How are you doing today?
I'm good. How about you?
I'm also doing good. Anything special about your day?
Anything? I don't feel anything has happened which I would consider so special.
Oh, okay. Right. So, what do you consider special usually?
Special, I feel something that brings a huge smile on my face. There, I feel
All
okay,
right.
that thing is quite special or that thing is quite different. I guess
Hmm.
I'm doing things which I usually do or which I do on a daily basis.
Okay. Right. Right. So, what does your usual day look like?
My routine has been capricious, so I don't feel anything is constant. Yes, that's why I'm saying this.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. So, okay. So, you have like a monotonous routine, or does your routine keep changing and shifting?
Yes, it keeps changing, and I don't feel it's
Oh,
monotonous at any cost.
oh, right. Well, then
Mhm.
that should be interesting, no? If it changes like so quickly, usually people are tired when their routine is monotonous.
Mhm.
Right. So what about you? Do you prefer this way where it's, constantly developing and changing and it's dynamic? Or do you prefer when it's a little more, planned and little monotonous and organized?
No, I like the way it is. That, as I said, it's mutable. So
Hmm.
I want it to be mutable every time. And today, I think I have been a bit worn out. Today, I took
Oh,
4 sessions in a row. That's why I'm a bit, yes,
are
exhausted.
you, this is your
Not with
fourth
English
session.
Yari. Yes, I had other people to have a conversation with.
Oh, but four sessions is too much. That's almost like 2 hours, right?
And it is because I'm going for a trip. There, I'll take a break for 2 days. That's why I thought I better
Oh,
take, yes, those sessions.
oh, so you're covering up for it.
Yes, right.
Fair enough. But 4 sessions, yeah, that would warn out anybody. I
Hmm,
mean, as a learner, I would also be worn out. So I can
hmm.
understand that part. But fair enough. So you are going somewhere for 2 days. May I ask what kind of a trip is it? Like, are you going for business trip or just for pleasure?
No, yes, I'm going to have a jaunt. I'm going to my village, and I have some important work there. That's why I'm going
Hmm.
there.
Ah, that's interesting. Fair enough. So you'll meet your family. I think that's a good thing.
Yes.
All right. Fair enough. I see a board behind you. Were you teaching before this?
Okay, as a matter of fact, I have been an English teacher, so that's why
Oh.
this book is here. Yes, I'm also a
Oh,
YouTuber for this.
that's
It's here.
interesting. Fair enough. Right. It's interesting that you teach also and you take sessions, and I think that's for you upload it on YouTube. I'm hoping, just an
Yes,
assumption.
yes, I do this.
Ah, fair enough. That explains your good English.
Thank you.
All right. Fair enough. Okay, before I go ahead, do you happen to have any sort of doubts, queries, anything you wish to ask or clarify?
No, so far so good.
All right.
So
Fair. Okay. So if there are no doubts, then let me proceed ahead with our topic for today. Right.
yeah.
I don't
Mm.
know if the sessions have like the session notes have been downloaded. Let me just check. Oh yeah, it's there. Oh, it's about college life. Wow, that's great. We were talking about teaching, and now we have to discuss about college life. Great. Right. So I'm assuming since you're teaching, you've had your college days,
Yes,
right? So right. So what's the most memorable thing you can remember about it?
I think for me every day was so memorable, and if I happen to pick one of the memorable days, so I
Hmm.
guess it was the time when I fought with one of the juniors, and because of that, it 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 became a huge problem for all of us, and especially for me.
I,
Yes,
I can I can
and I
understand why it became a problem.
even I did not I did not think of that problem that it would turn in this situation or it will turn like that. So I
Hmm.
remember that day, and that day I was so much petrified,
Yeah.
and I was afraid of the consequence. I knew if it happened, so things would have been detrimental for me.
Hmm. Fair enough. Yeah. But wow, I'm still trying to process the fighting part. But what did you fight about? Was it a good reason? Like, was it interesting, or was it just like over anything and everything?
So it was about junior and senior. So I was in third year, if I am able to remember this precisely.
Mm-hmm.
And it used to happen, and it became a sort of trend where seniors did not used to carry water bottles with them, and they made juniors to go to the water tank, and they made them fill that water or water bottle.
Mm-hmm.
So I did the same, but the person I tried to take help from, he was a bit obstinate.
Mm-hmm.
So I told him, and I was insulted in front of everyone. I was indeed in the mess.
Yeah.
And whenever seniors stopped any juniors,
Hmm.
so it caught everyone's attention. People became so avid to know that, okay, what's going to happen next.
Yeah.
So the moment we stopped him, everyone was looking at all of us, and there I was humiliated because he said no for what I asked. And there,
Hmm.
then I took it to my heart, and my friends were with me, and
Okay.
somehow I got to know about his room, which room he was in.
Hmm.
And there I went there with my friends, and there we had a small sort of scuffle, and like manhandling was there.
Yeah.
So it took a very ugly turn then.
Hmm. Okay. That
Yes.
explains a lot. Makes sense. Fair enough. But yeah, I think this is, this is not even bullying or anything. This is just a little bit of a clash that senior, like
Yes.
because of that seniority you have in college. I think it's prevalent even now. It's there in my college also. Like,
Yes,
yeah,
right.
I'm doing my masters, and I think we always feel that we have an upper hand over bachelor kids, right? So
Hmm.
we make them do little bit of things. I have done it in my bachelor's. I think I'm making my juniors do it sometimes for me. So it's very basic. It's not like we are trying to disrespect them or anything.
Right.
But yeah, it's just a basic thing that I think goes on in college. Very, very usual. So
Hmm.
yeah, because this is not, I mean, I wouldn't account this as bullying or anything. Nothing like that. It's just you ask them to do few little things for you. So yeah,
This is the
that's
part
that.
of college life. Even
Yeah,
when I
it's a
was
part
a
of
junior,
college
I
life.
used to do that. Yes, and it's all about showing the respect to your seniors.
Yeah.
So how you come in their good books, and that's how you become amicable with your seniors, and that's how things work.
Yeah, that's true. But I mean, now trends have changed because now I notice, I mean, most of the juniors that I know are a bit rebellious. I was also rebellious as a junior. I think I barely worked for any of my seniors. I, in fact, made them do things. So that's there. So yeah, but I think trends have changed that way. Now seniors don't try to approach juniors for a lot of things because juniors are very rebellious and they're ready to fight all the time. So
Hmm.
we just for the sake of not fighting don't indulge with them. So that's there. I don't know why, but now the upcoming generation scares me a little bit because they're ready to fight over things very quickly.
Yes.
So yeah, it's like they're so full of adrenaline. I don't know how their fight response is so good. So, but kind of scared of that. So that's why I don't mess with my juniors at all. Like if you do it, it's fine. If you don't do it, it's okay. I'll do it. So
Hmm.
that thing is there, and I think it was a different few years back, but
Hmm.
yeah, things have changed. But fair enough. So that this is like a memorable moment for you because you must have been, I think, called out by the teachers and everything for the fight.
Hmm. Yes. Even I
Hmm.
used to live in a hostel. There, like Wardner was there, and
Huh.
we were reprimanded by him because of this.
Okay, fair enough. That must have affected a little bit of your image also because in college these things spread like wildfire.
Yes.
So, because everyone is so excited about the drama, even little bit of drama gets spread like a very big thing. So, yeah,
Yeah.
everyone is excited to gossip in college. That's one thing I'm realizing now also. So that's there. That must have affected your image a little bit. Everyone must have been asking what happened, what happened, what happened.
No,
So,
it also created a good image. Like earlier,
oh,
people had yes a bit fear of us, and now
uh,
it made it double. Yes, and people knew if they denied for no reasons, so they could be the next people.
hmm. Okay, that makes sense. I like the dynamics that are going on because of this fight. Fair enough. Okay. Right. So, okay. So, in contrast to this, what's the funniest memory you can remember out of college or college trips for that matter, if you had?
I'm not able to recall things. The
Hmm.
reason that I did my college, or I did my graduation when I was or in 2012, almost 11 years back, I completed my BTech.
Ayun. Oh,
So that's why I'm
wow.
not able to recall things precisely. The funniest moment, I don't remember. I do remember things where I did fight with the people. This is what I
Hmm.
remember.
Hmm. Okay. Wow, fights really had an effect on you. You remember that very prevalently. It's on the top of your memory. Uh, but I don't blame you. I mean, yeah, any fights or some things like that, they usually remain with you. So that's that. But did you guys have the concept of college trips? It's very popular now. I don't know how it was back then. But
No,
did you
that point
guys
of
have
time,
any interesting trips?
no, I did not have any trip from college and or from our seniors, but my friends and I used to go for a trip.
Oh,
And
okay.
when I was, yes, I did my BTech from nearby Chandigarh. And when I
Mm-hmm.
was there, I thoroughly enjoyed my life. Because of
Hmm.
this, I got a chance to visit different states. Because of
Oh,
this, I did go to Himachal Pradesh. I did go to Amritsar,
hmm.
and I guess like this, I have been to a few places.
Hmm. That makes sense. Fair enough. Himachal is fairly, really close, no, to Chandigarh. I mean, Himachal is super close to
Yes, it is.
Chandigarh. That's like the easiest trip you can have from Chandigarh. If you're going
Yes,
by car, it's like it's 5 hours away, man. So yeah. So that's you can do an up and down in one day if you want to. We have done it from Chandigarh, so I know it's tiring, but you can do it if you want.
yes.
So
We used to go there by buses.
ah. Oh yeah, they have night buses and all. The ones that like go around at I think 8 or something, and you reach there by 12 or 1. I'm not sure
Mhm.
if they're still running, but yeah, a lot of bus systems are there. Interesting. So apart from this, like, what has been the most exciting trip with your friends?
I guess my friends and I went to Vaishno Temple.
Hmm.
The trip
Oh, you
I
did the
still
entire climb?
yes, we did. And it was the very first time for me, and I became exhilarated for that trip. And I
Yeah.
was not exhausted. I kept on climbing there, and I was so curious to get the glimpse of the temple, because I
Ah.
did hear a lot about the temple, that we had to climb almost 18 kilometers up,
Hmm.
and we also took some breaks in between, but
Yeah.
it was I who was not exhausted at all. I don't know why. I was full of energy that point of time. And
Hmm.
yes, so this was the trip, and I still remember that we were there at night, and at night the view was picturesque, and it was looking
Hmm.
cheek at that point of time, and it seemed that a lion was there. I was able to imagine a lion from up.
Hmm.
So this is a thing that I etch in my memory. Yes.
That makes sense. I mean, that would stay with me also. For me, I know for a fact that I mean the entire climb to Vaishno Temple is extremely arduous. It's very arduous, and it can break a person because you're. It's very easy to say it's just 18 kilometers, but when you're climbing that steep mountain, you know
Right.
your knees are not going to work the next day. And it's
Yes.
true. Your knees stop working next day. Next day you feel the pain and you feel the soreness in your legs. But I think you're right. When you're climbing, there's some part of it. I don't know if it's just, if it's just because it's a divine entity, it's a divine place. It could be that or any other reason, because I mean it has such a positive atmosphere that it pushes you to do the climb, because you can hear people singing hymns, singing songs about it,
Right.
and you can see other people also really trying hard to go up. So I think
Yes.
it motivates you, it puts you in a good place.
Right. And the excitement you have, you do forget about your pain.
Yeah,
And as
you
you
forget
said
about
that
your pain. True.
looking at others, you get the good goosebumps, and you are motivated, and that's
Yeah.
how it, yes, it increases your morale. Okay, you have to just end up climbing there.
Hmm. That's true. Hmm. It's interesting, but fair enough. So have you tried any hiking trips after that? Have you gone to hikes or any other long trails like this after Vaishno Temple?
I have been to Oli. That is, I guess, that is the part of Uttarakhand. I have been to
Okay.
that. Yes, but I don't like trekking. So when
Oh.
I went there, and I was so scared because it is at very height. It is, I guess, almost at the top. And we went there by cars. We were almost 8 friends, and we went there by two different cars. And I was next to the window, and when I was peeping out, like, I nearly had death experience looking at the trench. Yes, the trench was so deep, and every time I chanted that, God, I must come home so safe. Once I came home,
Mm,
I would never ever think of going there again in my life.
mm.
It was this much
That's true.
scary. Hmm.
That's true. Some of the trips can really, really like be very scary. I mean, I remember going to we were in Himachal somewhere. It was an unnamed town. It's like 6 or 7 hours away from Shimla.
Mm-hmm.
It's a very, very small town, very few houses, gets extremely cold. It's very like situated very up.
Mm-hmm.
And when you see the road and you see down the valley, you get scared because the scariest part is if I call somebody for help, that place doesn't have a name. I can't say
Right.
come here to help me. It is just unnamed town, right? So and very few people live there, and we made sure that we never go into such places again because it was scary. For me, I get scared easily. I like adventure when it's planned adventure, when there are people to save you. I don't like doing like really, Mountain Dew tasks where you're like, oh, I can do this. I'm not like following any advertisements for that matter. So, because it was, as you said, sometimes look down a valley, look down a trench, and you realize it's so deep. Like if you fall, if your car falls, there is no coming back, and nobody's going to know where you
Yeah,
went. You'll be
right.
just lost. So that's the sad part. And when you're doing, I don't know if you noticed, but when you're in the middle of such things, your brain starts to tell you the worst possible things. Your
Yes.
brain will not help you at all. Your brain doesn't try to motivate you that you will be safe. Your brain tells you the worst possible scenarios that can happen with you.
Right.
So, yeah, so it can be really scary. So that's that. I have not experienced Oli. I don't know. I've been to few places in Uttarakhand. I've never been to Oli, but I have been to good places like Nainital and all, which are like land areas. So I
Yes.
just like going there. That it's little cold, but still land. I can come back home. But
Yes.
yeah. So I think since then you didn't take any such risky trips.
No, never.
So I think you prefer going to plains and cities now.
Yes. Yes. And these days we also get to hear that, like, disastrous things do happen. And last time, I guess, it happened
Every
in
day
Himachal
now.
Pradesh.
Yeah.
Yes, that's why I'm afraid of going to these places. I love going to local places, as I have been a Delhiite. I like
Yeah.
to explore Delhi as much as I can.
Same. I'm from Delhi as well, and I
Okay.
mean, I have explored a lot of it by this point because I mean, I am a person who likes to go out every like weekend. So I
Hmm.
usually try to go to new cafes, I try to go to new places, nearby areas to Delhi because it's all land. You can go and you can come back home on
Yes.
time. It's not going
Right.
to take too much time off your routine. So I like
Mm.
that. So yeah, but I feel like no matter how much you explore Delhi, Delhi will still have new food spots. It will still
Hmm.
have something new that you can go to. So
Yes, right.
that's
It's true.
always there. Yeah, I'm not a very nightlife person. I don't know what Delhi's nightlife looks like, but as for the daytime, I have experienced enough. I think I still
No,
like
but
going there.
at night, Delhi looks very beautiful,
Is
especially
it?
as you
I mean,
said,
I've
you have.
very few times I have been out at night, and that too like till 12 around that time, not later than that ever.
But I have
So,
usually become a night owl, so I
oh,
like to have a shindig, especially in the evening. So that point of
uh,
time, yes, when I go out, when I try to paint the town red, there it
mhm,
feels amazing. I feel
yeah,
very special that point of time. So,
that's
and what's your go-to place in Delhi?
in okay. So, I mean, I'm still a student, right? So I've explored a lot of student places. For me, I love going to MKT. I love going to Majnu Ka Tigla. It's one of my favorite places.
Mm-hmm,
For sure, because
mm-hmm.
cheap food, great service.
Yes,
You can shop, you can have a good time with your friends, you can eat at different places. So yeah, I like that about a place where you can shop and you can eat as well. So you don't
right.
get bored, you can spend good like 4 5 hours with your friends. So I like going to such places. Mostly I don't go alone. I prefer going in groups or at least
Mm-hmm,
with one or two friends. I go alone very few times. Like if I like a cafe way too much and I'm not able to find people, then I'll go alone
mm-hmm.
because I can't wait for that long. But mostly I prefer to go out with at least one or two of my friends. What about you? Do you like going out alone or do you prefer going with people?
I usually like to go with friends, and when it
Ah,
comes to going anywhere alone, so I'm not that kind of person
mm,
who would go alone.
yeah,
Yes,
same,
wherever
same.
yes, wherever I go, I like to go with my friends, and when I'm
Yeah,
with them, so the fun is different. Like
it's
I
different.
usually have the best time. Yes, so it's like this, and I have also been to Majnu Katila, and that is one of the best places. Earlier,
Yeah.
it was not this much famous. Now it's very famous.
True, true. I think I remember going there in the very initial years of my college and like the first year of my college of my bachelor's and
Hmm.
during classes 11th and 12th, it used to not be so crowded. Now it's
Hmm.
extremely crowded. So that's one of the drawbacks. Like because Instagram has made that place so
Right.
popular,
Yes.
everybody's there, and I hate it when people are there with their cameras open and they're shooting, and I'm just in random people videos. I hate that. I really don't like it. I'm like, why are you, because I feel like they're taking my privacy away also because they're randomly shooting and you're passing by in their video. So I'm like, you want to do it, come early when people are not there. So
But
shoot
they want
early
to
in the day.
show the crowd. Yes, yes, they want to show the
Yeah.
crowd, and it has become quite renowned because of the
Hmm.
signature bridge. Earlier, signature bridge was not there. I guess
Yeah.
signature bridge has been the talking point. People like
The
to go
talking
there,
point.
and when you go for the
Yeah.
rooftop restaurants, then
Yeah.
it's wonderful.
It's wonderful. I mean, now
Yeah,
winters are here, right? So the rooftop is going to be full most of the times. And
right.
it has some really good rooftop restaurants and cafes. So
Hmm.
it's really, really nice there. I'm
Yes.
still looking for more such cafes because a lot of people have told me to explore civil lines a bit because it has some good
Hmm.
cafes, especially rooftop. I have not explored that area much. So maybe in the winters I will. I'm more of a winter person.
All
So
right.
now that winter has arrived, I will
Yes.
go out more. I don't like going out in summers because Delhi gets too hot. So
Yes.
that's that. But fair enough. Right. So, okay. By the way, we're almost at the end of the session before it closes automatically. Um,
Mhm.
any doubts, any queries from your end that I can help you with?
As I said initially, that I really do not have anything to ask. If I had, I would have asked you. So far, I don't have anything.
All right, fair enough. So I think you spoke great. One of the things that I really, really loved about how you talk is that you really try to use a good vocab. And it's a very conscious effort that you put. You try to
Mm-hmm.
use the best of words in your sentences. I would say that, usually when I talk to people, this is what I tell them. Like, I tell them to upgrade their vocabulary. And I really
Mm-hmm.
love that about you that you would constantly try to use new words, you would constantly try to make your sentences better. And I
Mm-hmm.
think that's one of the best things you can do while you're learning English. Because after grammar, vocabulary and making your sentences more precise and more strong and more formal is the biggest challenge for any learner. So I would say
Right.
you are really, really taking that challenge up. You're really trying to upgrade your vocab. You're using the best of the words. Really appreciated that. And I won't say that there is any area where I can tell you to improve more besides vocabulary, which is a never ending slope. So
Yes.
that's that, right? So you can learn more and more. But as for your grammar, you were very precise. So I did not notice any errors that I can tell you. And it
Mhm.
was a very, very good conversation, a very lovely conversation,
Same. Yes,
right?
I have also experienced the way you were friendly, and like I
Thank you.
really did not feel that I was talking to any tutor or I was talking to any teacher or any trainer. You
Yeah.
also became pretty amiable with the conversation and throughout this, and I really enjoyed the way you articulated things, the expressions you had. It was indeed cordial.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And I hope to see you again someday and we can maybe talk more about Delhi. Now that I know that you're a Delhiite, I would love to have more conversations with you, especially
Sure.
about Delhi, because I have been born and raised here, absolutely love the city. So would love to
Mhm.
have more conversations with you in the upcoming days.
Yeah, sure.
Right. Right. So I'll
Yes.
end this session here.
Yes.
Nothing to be asked, right?
Yes.
All right. Right. So good night. Have a good night and a good day tomorrow.
Yes. You too. Take care.
Right.
Bye.
Bye bye.